But the reason why how people treat you is of the utmost importance is because the way people talk to you affect your self-image and confidence, especially your girlfriend, your boyfriend, or your wife or your husband. See, there are a lot of you guys whose confidence is shot right now because of how you let your girlfriend or boyfriend or whoever you're in a relationship with talk to you, right? When you're in an intimate relationship with someone, you become vulnerable to that person. And that's because not only did you let them in, but you expose valuable parts of yourself to them that you don't let everyone see. It might be even parts of you that you're insecure about. So now that you have let this person in, what they say about you means a whole lot more than some stranger or somebody you don't know, right? So I'm 34 years old, and out of everything I've heard about what it means to be a man, I've realized for myself what that actually means. This video is for all men, but especially for the working class men and the men that feels like they can't catch a break, right? Not only do I see your struggle, but I understand it because I have also been through it myself. I'm definitely sure some of you have had it worse than me, so I don't want to compare though. Just like many of you who have lived long enough to experience life, I myself have also had many obstacles, many setbacks, and I don't have my fair share of failed relationships. So these struggles may have been painful, but they taught me a valuable life lesson. So let me tell you what manhood is really about in modern day. I'm sure you have heard the usual that being a real man is being a provider, right? Or being a real man is taking on responsibility. Or being a man is protecting the people that you care about. Well, all of these are in the scope of what a man is. But what I want to talk to you about is where the root of all of this comes from. So what the spirit of being a man in modern day in 2025 is defined in these two powerful words: I will. When someone is told to man up, what they are saying is you as a man have the capacity to overcome whatever the situation is. As a man, we have a history of dominance, right? Being able to easily defeat any living creature on this earth with our intellect. To be a man is a privilege and honor bestowed upon us by the heavens. So a lot of you may not, feel like it's a privilege, right? But see, that being said, a man in 2025 is also having the will to fight back any emasculating, demoralizing culture that has been made to sap every ounce of your inner power out of you. And I say this as a person who have grew up with many who are grown men now, and many don't even make it to my age, but are already being broken, left with little to no confidence, right? Or character they can be proud of. And both are really extremely important because as a man, they strengthen and support your I will. Some have never had the fire to begin with, right? Because they simply wasn't taught to embrace it. And others at one point may have had it, but life just beat it out of them. So let me tell y'all, let me put y'all on game about the three things that really be obliterating a man's confidence, his belief in himself, affecting his I will. So number one is your character. Whew. People sleep on this one so hard, and it's all because of how society makes it look like you can live with any kind of bad morals or toxic behavior and still thrive, right? I've had a couple people even tell me in the past, why should I be a good person if the bad people are not only getting away with it, but are being successful at it? Well, the answer to this is they definitely are not getting away with it. And the success you see them getting is often an illusion, and I'll explain. First, mostly you pay for bad morals and values mentally. Don't be deceived. Where do you think poor mental health come from? See, a lot of the time it comes from your morals or your misplaced values or traumatic experiences. And these traumatic experiences can come from being in the wrong places, right? At the wrong time. See, all of these can cause guilt, shame, regret, worry. They all can affect your mental health and deteriorate your mind slowly. It's one thing for something in your life to happen to you that you did not cause, right? But it's a totally different story when you know it could have been prevented if you just chose to do better. Do you have a auntie or grandma that, stay with a bad attitude, or uncle or granddad that's always bitter, speaking negatively? Well, that's the result of misplaced values or poor morals, right? A lot of times. See, good character is key. Even in the Bible talks about storing up good treasures in heaven where thieves can neither steal it nor it won't rust or rot away. Those treasures are good morals, or a lot of those are. Everybody has a conscience, and having good morals and values will mentally not only bring you peace, but help you be someone you're proud to be on a conscious and subconscious level. See, propaganda sells you a lie. It tells you that you can have poor values and bad morals and still live a successful life, which is far from the truth, because success is not defined by how much money a person has in their bank account, even though that's, it's nice. Success is more so a mental state of being who you are proud to be. Because think about it, mentally, you think that once you make it to being wealthy, that your mental state will be satisfied, but often that's not, what happens. And why? Because you start to see that there are a lot of other issues, a lot of other things in life that can go wrong besides just your finances. And a lot of these are caused by characters. If you look at the celebrities, right? A lot of times they make it to having all this fame, having all this money, but they still go through so much misery, so much heartache, so much trouble, because a lot of times because of their character and their morals and their values. Number 2, not knowing how to lose. This is very important because losing for your man is unescapable at an early age, that is, right? You must understand you will lose, but losing is how you win. Compared to the pros, that is, everyone that starts is trash, right? Every beginner is trash, but guess what? It also goes for the pros. I'm sure you heard of how Michael Jordan started on his junior varsity team in high school, right? Or how Kobe Bryant, guidance counselor, told him that he wouldn't amount to anything if he played basketball. See, with everything in life, you have to learn how to not give up just because of how you feel in the moment or how things may look now, right? Hard work can easily surpass talent if talent gives up. And a lot of times the talent does give up. See, if you give it your all, what makes learning how to lose so powerful is that losing teaches you 10 times more than a win. You combine it with the attitude of learning how to get up quickly after a loss. That person can easily become a master at whatever they do. Whatever they craft, they can almost become unstoppable, right? For the people who can't afford to lose, like in professional fighting, right, and keep your record straight or clean, it's all about the work you do behind the scenes. Compete against yourself. Aim to beat your own record, right? Set the bar high in training so it can force you to lose against yourself until you get better and better, until you pass whatever goal that you set. See, I've seen a lot of guys lose and give up easily by using excuses or a person saying they want to win or achieve something great, right? But they don't want to put in the work. This applies to every aspect of your life when it comes to your career, your hobbies, playing video games, relationship, your fitness, everything. So the moral of the story is to learn how to lose without giving up so you can play the long game and become a master at your craft or whatever you're doing. Okay, so number 3, the way you let people close to you or in your vicinity treat you. Now, of course, I'm not talking about random strangers or trolls on the internet, right? Because of course, we can't control what they say, and it's not wise to give them a reaction because most of the time, that's what they want, right? A reaction. So I'm talking about the people you have a relationship with, close relationship with, or the people you see on work on an everyday or daily basis. See, it doesn't matter who they are. If they don't talk to you with a decent level of respect, you should either confront them about it so y'all can negotiate those boundaries, or if they don't want to get right, you just shouldn't be around. Now, see, if you have to be around them, then you should only communicate with them at a bare minimum when you have to, right? So let's not get this confused also with constructive criticism. The people close to you should be able to respectfully challenge you and help you grow. A lot of times, you're really going to need somebody in your corner who's able to humble you when you need it. But the reason why how people treat you is of the utmost importance is because the way people talk to you affect your self-image and confidence, especially your girlfriend, your boyfriend, or your wife or your husband. See, there are a lot of you guys whose confidence is shot right now because of how you let your girlfriend or boyfriend or whoever you're in a relationship with talk to you, right? When you're in an intimate relationship with someone, you become vulnerable to that person. And that's because not only did you let them in, but you expose valuable parts of yourself to them that you don't let everyone see. It might be even parts of you that you're insecure about. So now that you have let this person in, what they say about you means a whole lot more than some stranger or somebody you don't know, right? Their words can really have a damaging effect on you and really can affect your self-esteem. If you're not careful, it can set you back years if you can't, let it go. At the same time, though, an encouraging word can help build you up or even cause healing in your life. So I don't want to get off track. So the moral of the story is don't have a relationship with someone or anybody who is quick to betray you and destroy your confidence. And also don't let them destroy your confidence by saying that they just playing or, they didn't really mean it. See, keep it in mind that they can only go so far by saying that, because at the end of the day, you might have to stand up for yourself and just say, well, I'm not the type of person that likes to play like that. You have to remember to respect yourself always and don't let anybody treat you like you don't deserve respect, no matter what your situation might be. It doesn't matter if you're jobless or you work at McDonald's, and this is mostly for the guys, right? You have to muster up the courage to tell her if she purposely disrespects you, that you are willing to leave the relationship, and it doesn't matter how attractive she is, right? Or how many men are in her DMs, because trust me, if you don't, it's going to end anyway. And on top of that, she's going to keep disrespecting you. The more you allow it and the more you keep coming back, the more she will feel justified that you don't deserve respect and you do deserve the disrespect. So protect your belief in yourself, right? If you lack confidence, work on it by achieving something that's in reach and then just go from there, right? See, don't let people fool you. A man's confidence is earned and built through effort. Some may start off with a higher level of confidence or belief in themselves, right? But for the majority, it has to be built brick by brick. Once it's built through time and effort, though, it can withstand the most harshest conditions. So this is how you protect your I will as a man.